Oh, hey, what's up, beer friends? Welcome back to another episode of Beer Detour. Of course, I'm your host, Miguel Brambila. On today's episode, summer is gone, fall is here, and with that, it brings a very specific crowd, a very pumpkin spice crowd to the beer game, and also to the coffee game, and also to the candle-scented game. Pumpkin spice is just all around, so I thought it'd be cool to check out the first pumpkin flavored beer that I saw, craft beer that I saw. So today, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. Let's do this. So what do we have here, guys? This is Night Owl from Elysian Brewing. Now, Elysian is a Northwest brewing company, I believe based off Seattle. You can go check them out at elysianbrewing.com. This is their Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. A little bit of details about this pumpkin ale. It's a very drinkable pumpkin ale brewed with pumpkin puree and juice and spice and conditioning with ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, and allspice. Both roasted and raw pumpkin seeds are in the mash, with pumpkin added to the mash and fermenter. So this is a pumpkin craft beer connoisseur's dream. This is the first sort of pumpkin themed craft beer that I saw. Of course, it's going to be from Elysian. If you're not familiar with Elysian, they bring out a lot of different craft beer, but I love how they theme the beer. There's a lot of themed beer out there. I'm going to be showing some clips on the screen of their different beers that they offer, but the logo on this and the overall theme is really catches your eye. It has this really menacing owl in the front here and a big moon in the back. It's very dark, but then it's also very fall weathered, fall heavy, and themed out for the pumpkin connoisseur. Now, I'm not a big pumpkin guy. I'm gonna admit that right off the bat, but I do appreciate what they're trying to do. They're trying to cater to specific seasons, and it makes sense. People want to try different things at different seasons. Good thing for us here in Washington State, we have all the seasons. So we get summer, spring, fall, winter, what have you. This one here does have a 6.7 ABV, or alcohol by volume, which is not too bad. It's a little bit on the higher side of usually my level of alcohol percentage that I like to taste, but it's not too bad. The IBU though is 18, which means it's not bitter at all, which can bring a little bit of hesitance to me, because a lot of the West Coast style IPAs that I try are very bitter, very heavy on the IBUs. This one is very light, and it actually notes lightly bitter with Magnum hops. Okay, so very lightly bitter, but just a lot of pumpkin puree. So I'm very curious to see what they look like and what they taste like. And then we're gonna give it that Beer Detour score. All right, beer friends, so here we have Elysian's Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. Let's get into it a little bit. So it starts off with this very amberish, light amberish color at the bottom, moves up and becomes this dark mahogany, very nice coloring, very minimal head. It dissipated right away, but you can see there is a lot of sort of tiny bubbles protruding up to the top. That's also because of this glass design. Is perfect for craft beer, but I love the coloring here. It reminds me of fall. It reminds me of pumpkin, and the overall design that Elysian's doing here with the Night Owl works perfectly with it. So I love the overall design and I love the color. Now, liking it, tasting it's gonna be a different story. Like I said before, I'm not fond of pumpkin tasting things. but I'm gonna give it a shot for you guys, of course. Let's start off with a little bit of aroma here. Let's see what this smells like. Okay, so I'm getting a very malty, very spicy, malty aroma. Okay. Maybe a hint of pumpkin at the very end, but not prevalent in this. I'm getting more spicy and malty smells coming out of here. All right, guys, enough chit chat. Let's get into it. This is gonna be my first ever pumpkin ale, pumpkin spice beer, whatever. This is my very first one, so this is gonna be my immediate reaction. So we'll warn you guys, like I said, I'm not fond of some of the ingredients that have been thrown in here, but maybe I will be pleasantly surprised. Let's hope so. All right, guys, here we go. Cheers. Okay. Definitely getting the nutmeg now. Ooh. Interesting, to say the least, I'm gonna say. It's not overwhelming with the pumpkin taste. I will say it starts off very malty, okay? And it has a very, almost like, what would you call that? Almost like a biscuit flavor in the middle. And then you get a little bit of the spicy ending at the end, which is very interesting. It reminds me of winter or Christmas time, to be honest with you guys, of anything. Maybe it's that pumpkin spice mixed in there with some of the other flavors. Let's see here. So this includes raw pumpkin seeds, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, and allspice. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting the cinnamon. The cinnamon and the spices remind me almost of a spicy biscuity cinnamon biscuit. And then the pumpkin really isn't too prevalent throughout. So I can kind of see what they're trying to do here, right? It does taste, strangely enough, like a fall season beer. I'm not sure how to explain that. I think it's the spices and the cinnamon that give you that kind of winter or fall or cold weather type of taste. It's not bad. It is different. Not something I'm personally used to. Maybe not something that I would normally drink. But it's not bad. I will say that. If you're into pumpkin, if you're into spices, you might be surprised and you might really like it. Let's go over and give this a beer detour score now, guys. All right, so we have poured out Elysian's Night Owl Pumpkin Ale. We've taken a look and seen what it looks like. We've given it that taste test, but now it's time for that beer detour score. Now, I've been raving on and ranting on about how much I don't like the taste of pumpkin, and I've kind of narrowed it down to what this actually tastes like. Because of the spices, because of the cinnamon, and that biscuit flavor, it actually reminds me a lot of those tin cans with those butter cookies that you get during the winter time, during Christmas. I'll put an image somewhere around here of it. It reminds me a lot of that. I think it might be the nutmeg and the cinnamon and the spices that create that sort of butter cookie tasting, biscuit tasting effect, but it is not bad. It's something that, of course, is targeted towards people that are just gonna jump on anything that's pumpkin spice named or flavored. I don't see drinking this during the summer or spring. It's very much a seasoned beer, but it's very enjoyable for the winter. I will give it that. In regards to a beer detour score, I'm gonna give Elysian Night Owl Pumpkin Ale a 7.2. So that's right, it actually surprised me on how much I didn't hate it. I know that's something a little strange to say, but it's true. Sometimes you get these and you don't know what to expect and they actually meet or exceed your expectations, which is always a good thing. In my case here, it met my expectations, didn't exceed them. I'm not really gonna be going out and trying to find more of these pumpkin ales. Maybe I will to do some reviews for you guys, of course, but for me, I'm gonna stick back with those West Coast style IPAs. I do want to let you guys know that next week's episode is going to be more of a vlog. I am going to be delaying the episode because it comes out next Friday's episode, but I'm going to be delaying it because Saturday I'm going to be going to the Yakima Hop Ale Festival, Fresh Hop Festival, and I'm gonna be reviewing a lot of different types of local IPAs there, and I'm gonna be doing more of a vlog style than a episode per se. So you'll go on the journey with me from the beginning of the day, throughout the day, tasting it, looking at the event, being there with me, and enjoying some amazing Washington beer. So if you guys are into that, make sure you guys watch next week's episode. Like I said, it's not gonna be Friday. It's gonna be delayed a little bit, but it's gonna be worth it. All right, guys, thank you for joining me on this beer adventure. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You wanna hit that notification bell, that way you're alerted every time a new video drops. You wanna hit that like button, hit that comment button, say something down below, share the video. Of course, I will see you guys next time.